gentlemen. The galaxy. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The galaxy of intellectuals, invited guests, respected director sir, HODs, faculty member, and my dear friends. I, Yogita Kahandar, branch chair, IEEE student branch, Sanjuni College of Engineering, Kopergaon, welcome you all on the auspicious occasion of Engineers Day celebration. India celebrates Engineers Day to commemorate the birth anniversary of the great Indian engineer Sir Mokshagundam Vishweswaraya. On 15th September every year, Engineers Day celebrated to pay rich tributes to Bharat Ratna Vishweswaraya, who has been regarded as the father of modern Mysore. His notable contributions include the block system of irrigation in Deccan canals in 1899 and the flood protection system in Hyderabad. He was known for his excellent irrigation techniques and had flood disaster management skill. He also authored various books such as Reconstructing India and Plan Economy of India. He also established the Government Engineering College in Bengaluru in 1917, which was later renamed as University Vishweswaraya College of Engineering. Today we have Today we have fortunate to have an eminent expert among us today. Sorry, sir.
It's okay.
Today, yes, sir. Today we are fortunate to have an eminent expert among us of the chief guest, the Engineers Day celebration. He is none other than Mr. Vikas Rathod, who is the director of ZIL Manufacturing and Calibration Services Private Limited, Pune. Now, begin with proceedings. I would like to request Dr. B.S. Agarkar, sir, branch mentor of IEEE student branch and HOD of ENTC, to say few words. Hand over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Yogita. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yeah, thank you. So our chief guest of today's function, Honorable Sri Vikas Ji Rathod, Director, ZIL Manufacturing and Calibration Services Private Limited, Pune. Our beloved Director, Sir, Dr. A.G. Thakur. Our IEEE Student Branch Counselor, Dr. Sebastian George. All the heads of the departments, deans, the faculty, and all my dear students. A very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I welcome our today's chief guest for this function of Engineers Day celebration, who is basically the alumni of Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Institute of Engineering and Technology, Nanded. And he has got a wide experience in the field of manufacturing of different devices and their calibration. So we will be hearing his experiences as a successful engineer. So on behalf of our Department of Electronics and Computer Engineering, as well as on behalf of our IEEE student branch, I welcome you, sir, once again. And I hope, today's interaction will be a very good knowledge sharing session for all of us. Thank you very much. Yeah, over to Yogita. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. We are happy to have our director, Dr. A.G. Thakur, sir, here among us today. So I would like to request director, sir, to say few words. Over to you, sir.
Yes, so good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
First of all, yes. So first of
Good afternoon,
all,
sir. Yeah.
I wish all of you who are on this call very happy Engineers Day. At the outset, first of all, I would like to welcome on behalf of Sanjuni Group of Institutes and particularly College of Engineering, eminent industrialist from Pune, Mr. Vikas Rathod, who is engineer by electronics, and he has established the first generation entrepreneur, we can say. That is the remarkable achievement what anyone can have. If family businesses are being carried forward, it's a different thing. But starting his own from zero, of course, we are going to interact with him. So, Dr. B.S. Agarkar sir, Sebastian Joss sir, all the HODs, all the staff, and all my dear students, friends, and all the office bearer of the IEEE, who has taken lead in organizing this Engineers Day program. Mr. Vikas sir, I want to give you few information about the Sanjuni Group of Institute. So actually, this Sanjivani Group of Institute is started in 1983 under the visionary guidance of our Honorable Chairman Sri Shankaraji Kole Sahib, who was MLA for consecutive 5 terms, and he was also cabinet minister in the state government. That time, even he would have started college in the big cities like Nagar or Nashik or any other, but he thought that the rural transformation, economic and socio-economic transformation was his motto. Because once in a time, the Kopargaon was the Manchester of India. But with the time, water scarcity started. Otherwise, also the Nagar district is in the shadow zone. So we are not getting a continuous good rainfall every year. So he thought that now the sugar industry or the sugarcane production may not serve the purpose of the next generation. So there should be some education should be brought to their door. And with this intention, the campus started with the polytechnic and then engineering. And now we are having almost all type of the institutions under this umbrella of the Sanjivani Group of Institutes. Like pharmacy, we are having polytechnic, of course, is there. Then we are having international school and so many other like BA, DA, so many other institutes are there under this umbrella. As far as engineering college is concerned, there are few key points I want to highlight for your information. At least each and every courses got the accreditation from NBA at least 3 to 4 times.
Right.
That is the one of the means, and we are continuously trying to review or to again renew the accreditation, not like one time. Second, we are a NAC grade institute, and once we got the NAC A grade, as we are eligible for autonomy, so immediately our honorable managing trustee Amit Dada, who is also a young engineer, he has discussed with us that can we go for the autonomy, because we know that now the new education policy government has accepted, and in that autonomy and choice-based courses, choice-based we can say branches, so many openings are there for the future generation. So with that line, we have gone for the autonomy, and now our institute is autonomous. Our first batch is in the 3rd year, and we are having a flexibility to reset and revamp our syllabus as per the needs of industry. So suppose if a person's like you suggest that these are the things you must add. So we are having that flexibility. We are not in a robust system of university where we have to wait for 5 years even to change a single title. Now every semester also, if some suggestions are there, we can incorporate. That is the what we got. Also, our institute got a best engineering college in the Pune University, and so many awards we got. So in this way, our institute is always striving for the quality, and not only the engineering, but even our polytechnic is the rarest polytechnic, which all courses are accredited for 5 years. No polytechnic even dare to go for this thing. Even pharmacy is also accredited, and now they are going for autonomy. So just at the outset, I want to inform you that each and every institutes, even though it is located in a small place like Kopargaon, but we are always striving for the quality, and that is the always our mission and vision, that we are always serving for the quality, and we are trying for the betterment of the society and the students in that respect. So on this auspicious day of Engineers Day, I again welcome Sri Vikasji Rathod, and we are very eager to interact with him. I have special privileges for him because recently his institute, HGGS ENT, HGGS Nanded, has considering his contribution in the field of engineering, has given him the Icon of the Institute Award. And Otherwise, also he is a very successful businessman who started from scratch, and now under this pandemic situation, also he's doing very well. So really, hats off to you and lot of appreciation for you from our side. So when I was thinking who will be our guest for this today's function, so my first eyes were on you only, and I talked to you, and I am very thankful that irrespective of your all businesses and other things, you find the time to interact with the students and staff, because ultimately they will be the your inputs in future. So unless and until they are not being guided by the industry person, they are not getting where to go and how to go. So that's why I am very much thankful again to Vikas Rathod sir, and I wish all the best for this interaction. And I request all the students that if you are having any queries or doubts, you can ask without any hesitation, so that sir can try to give answer to the best of his ability to satisfy you. So thank you again, this IEEE for organizing and inviting me for this inaugural function. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure that all of you are waiting to listen to the expert. I call upon Sakshi to introduce our today's chief guest, Mr. Vikas Rathod. Over to you, Sakshi.
Thank you, Yogita. Good afternoon. I am Neha Sakshi, ex-com member of IEEE Student Branch, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. It gives me great pleasure to introduce today's chief guest of our Engineers Day celebration, Mr. Vikas Rathod, sir. Mr. Vikas Rathod did his graduation in Electronics Engineering from HGGS College of Engineering and Technology, Nanded in 1989. Thereafter, he worked at Electronics Testing and Development Center, Pune till 1996. He started his own business in 1996, and a variety of types of electronic equipment were repaired and maintained by him in the initial phases of his career. It is interesting to state here that he has supervised the repair and maintenance of thousands of oscilloscopes and other electronic instruments. This has really helped him in designing and marketing different types of electronic products on an experimental basis. He was actively involved in implementing quality management systems like ISO 9001 for manufacturing activities and ISO 17025 for managing his in-house calibration laboratory. It is worthwhile to state here that Mr. Rathod has so far designed more than 100 products. In short, he is the process owner of design development, production, testing, calibration, and marketing. While learning and implementing QMS, he excels in other management skills as well, with HR management being the most important among them. Mr. Rathod is at present the director of ZIL Manufacturing and Calibration Services Private Limited, Pune, which is an ISO 9001-2015 certified company by TUV India. The company manufactures electronic test and measurement equipment and calibration standards. Mr. Rathod has been the recipient of many awards and recognitions from different forums and agencies. Recently, he has been bestowed with the HGGS Icon Award as a recognition of his professional excellence. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Rathod sir. Welcome you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sakshi. Thank you very much, Yogita.
Welcome, sir.
Respected
You're welcome.
Principal, shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Respected Principal Dr. A.G. Thakur, then Dr. Agarkar sir, then Sebastian sir, and my dear student friends. First of all, a very, very happy Engineers Day to all of you. I'm really excited to address virtually on this occasion at this Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon, which is one of the best colleges of Maharashtra and India. I have been told to talk on my success story so that students will be inspired to be successful in their lives. Friends, I will advise you not to run behind success, but to try to be a person of values. What is all about values? Moral values include good habits such as honesty, helpfulness, integrity, respectfulness, love, hard work, compassion, If you inculcate these habits, then you will achieve your goals. To me, success is a journey and not the destination. The moment you start assuming you are a successful individual, you tend to become a complacent, isn't it? So better I will talk about my journey than being a successful person. Today is a great day, celebrated in the memory of greatest engineer that our nation has produced, Sir Mokshagundam Vishwesvaraya. I think initially the girl has already talked about Sir Vishwesvaraya. So I would request you, all of you, to go through his biography and try to become a good engineer like him, a passionate engineer like him. Okay, now about me. Uh, I'm born in a small village called Parshuram Nagar in Chalisgaon Taluka of Jalgaon district. My father was primary teacher. He was very ideal teacher actually. He was rewarded by Jilla Parishad of Jalgaon. And my mother is a housewife. Until fourth standard, I studied in that village where it was a distant village where electricity was also not available. And from fifth standard onwards, I got admission to Shaskiya Vidyaniketan Dhule through an entrance exam. Okay, this school is run by Government of Maharashtra for brilliant students from rural area. I'm deliberately mentioning this rural word because you are involved in rural education sector, and this is also one of the schemes of Government of Maharashtra. I think about five schools are there in all parts of Maharashtra of Shaskiya Vidyaniketan. So, and I did my graduation in electronics engineering from SDGS Institute of Engineering and Technology in the year of 1989, same as that of Dr. Sir. I will tell you some facts of my life sequentially, one after another, so that you will get an idea about my transformation from an engineer to an entrepreneur. Are you able to hear me, friends? Please. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we can hear
Yes,
you.
yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm not getting an impression whether you
No,
are able
no.
to hear me or not.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are
it's
quite
very
audible,
clear.
sir.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are
Sir,
very
Okay,
clear.
right.
you are clearly
And you are
audible,
able to
sir.
see me also, no? Okay. My first job was with Radio Communication Division of Meltron at Nagpur. I worked there for about 6 months with their purchase team, but I left the job as purchase job did not suit to me. Immediately, I got an opportunity to work with Meltron's another division of Electronic Test and Development Center in Pune. ETTC Pune was a joint venture of Meltron and Government of India. It is basically a testing and calibration laboratory serving to electrical and electronic industries in and around Pune. At ETDC, we would get variety of products for testing and calibration. Okay, those days internet was not available, so I had to study at home, for to study the specification of variety of products, then testing standards of BIS, IEC, ISO. So that was my basically hard work. Okay, I would do homework before going to job, and already about my job profile of the initial job, the earlier speaker has spoken. I will not talk much on ETDC's activity where I would maintain all the laboratory equipment. Okay, I left that job in 1996 in order to start my own activities, my own business. But I had not much of clue actually. So the easiest option, listen to me very carefully, student. The easiest option to start any venture is to start with service industry. You need bare minimum investment. What was my investment into business? I will tell you, and you will wonder. It was just a screwdriver set, a solder gun, and one second-hand multimeter I had purchased. The total investment was even less than rupees 1,000 at that time. What would I do? I would go to industry and engineering colleges on my Hero Honda bike to collect multimeters, oscilloscopes, power supplies, function generators. I hope those who are into electronics they will understand. And I would do the repair and, and to buy the components. I would go to Budwar Pet, Juna Bazar. Okay, And after satisfactory repairing, again I would deliver back those machines to the customers. And the globalization policies adopted by India government demanded implementation of ISO 9001 standards in every company, almost every company. And therefore it became essential for the industries to calibrate their measuring and testing instruments. I think your college is also in the activity of implementing some or other standard like NBA and NAC, sir was saying. So you have to also, get your equipment calibrated of laboratory. Apart from repairing, soon I started calibration services because of this. I developed and designed calibration techniques of some few extraordinary equipment which other labs could not do so, and hence I enjoyed a great respect in industry. During 98 to 99, 1998 to 1999, Pune's UPS manufacturers were very dominant in India. There are about 30 to 40 leading brands, like DP Power, Enertech, Magnaflux, AZ, Cotmac, and each of these UPS companies had oscilloscopes with them. All of them were highly relying on my services for the maintenance of these oscilloscopes. Friends, we as an engineer should identify problems and give solutions. I observed all of the UPS manufacturers were using traditionally minimum 5 different analog meters on their panels to monitor output AC voltage, output AC current, output frequency, battery voltage, battery current. And I proposed to one of my UPS manufacturer friend that I will give you one meter with common display and a parameter selection switch, so that with one meter you should be able to monitor all the parameters. It will save your cost and assembly time also. And he appreciated my idea. Okay, and I developed one prototype and sent it to abroad to 3 4 companies at a time. One customer appreciated it like anything and immediately placed an order of 25 numbers. Please listen to this story because this was the beginning actually. I did not have sufficient capital with me to execute this order. I had to sell jewelry of my wife. With the help of one assistant, I worked days and nights and delivered these meters in 3 4 weeks. It was a great moment as I believed as if a manufacturer was born. And after 3 days, I got some call from customer. Mr. Rathod, please, for God's sake, collect all your meters back. It was shocking. And he explained me meters are working nicely on table, but they don't work when they are put onto the panel of UPS. All the parameters showed errors. Displays to get behave, behave erratically means it would get hanged. I said him all the meters are as per the sample given to you. He said we had checked on table, but ultimately they have to work with the UPS. And I sought permission from their top management to find out the solution on this problem. Every day, early in the morning, I and my assistant on my motorbike would go to that company located in the jungle of Pirangut industrial area, which is about 35 kilometers away from Pune. And then I experimented a lot with whatever knowledge I had. Changed some ICs, components with their substitutes, but no result. Made some changes in the circuitry, but meter continued to behave erratically with UPS. I asked for a new UPS out of frustration, doubting some ghost factor with the initial UPS, but still no result. This all went on for 2 weeks. The dispatch schedule of the customer was collapsed. There were many UPS ready in all respects, kept in a row, awaiting dispatch, but needed our meters. And then the pressure started mounting on the entire company, and the blame games within themselves started about who recommended my meter without any previous experience. Purchase department, out of frustration, asked one meter manufacturing company to make similar meter as that of ours. Now they started developing one competitor to me. They entered with great confidence in the production hall with their sample. Okay, they knew me very well. One of them looked at me and sarcastically commented that I should restrict myself only for repair of oscilloscopes and multimeters. Okay, I acknowledged his comment with almost tears in my eyes. Myself and my colleagues were watching all the things happening over there distantly, as if we were culprits. The meter was fitted with the UPS and power was turned on to check its functioning. And what happened next was not imagined by anybody. The whole UPS burnt with sound of Diwali firecrackers. Dhar, dhar, dhar. The entire shop floor was in smokes, with the typical smells of burnt batteries and power devices like IGBTs, MOSFETs, rectifiers. Okay, what a relief to me and my colleague. Now the firecrackers were in our minds, obviously, as the competitor was eliminated. Immediately, the production in charge of the factory rushed there. He fired our competitor and came to me and praised me that at least you know some basics of UPS. That there should be isolation between the battery and the inverter section. He said, Mr. Rathod, please try for 2 3 days more, and I'm sure you'll get the solution. Unfortunately, I got the solution. I was making one silly mistake. I had forgotten to add shield to my circuit to prevent it from the electromagnetic interferences. I think those who are into electronics they will understand the importance of shield. It's a an aluminum plate we are using to cover the PCBs, and the aluminum plate is wired with the circuit common so that the noise is bypassed and it reaches to common. It doesn't interfere with the main circuitry. So inside the UPS, because of the pulse width modulation, the high frequency noise is generated and it would get superimposed on the circuitry and it would cause meter to behave erratic. And this remedial action was immediately implemented in all the meters. I got appreciation from my customer. I got my payment in next few days. And this exhaustive experience made me the manufacturer in a true sense. Then onwards, it has become a habit that whenever we make any product, its PCBs are shielded to avoid interference of electromagnetic noise. This was the first commercial product of my company. Meter was very popular among UPS manufacturers of India. Popularity was such a high that analog meter manufacturers had to face significant fall in their sales during 2002 2003. Okay, during 2004 there was an industrial recession. There were not too many orders. Many customers were not paying even bills worth rupees 1000. One day I got a call from Nelco, which is a Tata Group company, asking me if I can develop an electronic load. Those who are into electronics, they will understand. The load is rheostat you must have used for taking the load regulation of power supplies, batteries, etc. So he was asking me to develop an electronic load and which would discharge batteries with constant current till 0.8 volt. Now, this development possibility was ruled out by Apple, then the market giant in power electronics, saying that they cannot discharge battery below 1 volt. I was clearly told to make a prototype first and get it approved from them. And then the bulk order was assured. I accepted the challenge and demonstrated them successful discharge of batteries at set current and even up to 0.7 volt. Their demand was zero point 0.8 volt. So I not only made their requirement but exceeded. So you will wonder during 2004 to 2006, I was overloaded with Nelco's orders. Zeal electronic loads are still very popular in industries. Soon we introduced linear DC power supplies and high voltage breakdown testers in the market, and they are the best products in their category. I realized it was not easy to start business in the field of calibration for engineers because of the extraordinary prices of calibrators of big brands like Fluke, Yokogawa, Hewlett Packard, Rohde and Schwartz, you know, Keiretsu, Time Electronics. So many are there. The budget was exceeding rupees 25 lakhs in those days. with the imported equipment. And I had dreamed I wanted to bring that budget to less than rupees 5 lakhs so that anybody can afford. Therefore, I focused in the development of multifunction calibrator. I did not have a design team. I approached my friend Jain Chopde. Thakur sir, you must be knowing Chopde. And even Agarkar sir, I think he must be of your
Yes,
batch.
sir. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yes.
Jain Chopde, he was the then HOD of electronics department at Amrutwine Engineering College, Sangam. I told him that I will sponsor a project to final year students, provided that they stay in Pune and work with me for 4 5 months. He gave me two smart students, and you will wonder they implemented every idea of mine, and we developed the first multifunction calibrator of India, and which is used for the calibration of multimeters, clamp-on meters, panel meters, etc. This was possible because I had made all the expenses of those students, right from their room, staying arrangement, their mess, nashta, tea, etc. And whenever they had to go to college, I would pay them, journey fare, etc. So after the success of this project, the very next year, we sponsored one more project to two more smart students of the same college and in the same way. And that was three-phase power energy meter calibrator. And this is also first product of its category in India. These are basically standards required for electrotechnical laboratories. Now these products are extremely popular in testing and calibration laboratories, and you will wonder to meter manufacturers also. So and then similarly, I went on developing precision high current sources up to 5,000 ampere AC and DC. In AC category with variable frequency 50 to 60 hertz, and this was meant for what? For calibration of shunts, high current shunts. You must be knowing, and then current transformers. Then we developed precision high voltage sources up to 100 kilovolt AC and DC for calibration of high voltage measurement probes, attenuators, then high voltage potential transformers, etc. So then we developed high voltage breakdown testers. They are still very popular in industry. Each product has its own success story. Many times while launching new products, there were testing times for my engineering abilities, but I overcome them by hard work, patience, and self-belief. That is why I could develop, as somebody said earlier, more than 100 products in the field of electronic testing and measurement and calibration. We have customers in the field of heavy electrical engineering, power electronics, automation, research centers like ISRO, DRDO, then railways, then IITs. You will wonder I didn't get an opportunity to study in IIT, but today I'm proud to say that IIT Kharagpur, IIT Powai, Indore, they are all my customers. Engineering college, BITS Pilani, like they are all our customers. And when we make any import substitute product, ultimately the nation saves dollars. And when we export, we bring in dollars. Many labs have started business using our calibrators. I think this is the biggest achievement for having contributed towards growth in entrepreneurship and thereby in creating the employment. I will cite you an example of my customer from Chennai. 8 years before, he came to my office, said, "Sir, I will order you all the calibration standards that Zeal is manufacturing, but I want very good discount because soon I will need a few more sets of them." I smiled at him. I appreciated his negotiation skills as I knew he wants to avail more discount. I offered him discount with intention to encourage a new entrepreneur. But to my surprise, within 6 months, he placed a repeat order with the message that he started a new lab in Saudi Arabia. And then, again after 6 months, he placed order of two more sets to start labs in Oman and Qatar. And again after some time, in Sharjah, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. What a man of passion. I got crazy about him. And then Then for few years he remained silent. And again last year he purchased two sets of everything that I manufacture to start laboratories in Vietnam and Malaysia. So this is a story of inspiration. You have to be crazy when you want to become an entrepreneur. About our marketing, I'm a passionate engineer, but at the same time, an aggressive marketing executive also. We promote our products through internet. Our products are listed with B2B portal like IndiaMart, Just Dial, Maharashtra Industry Directory, etc. And we have about very popular 10 websites of Zeal, and few of them are by their product names itself. So if someone search by product name, automatically he has to visit our website. That is the strategy behind it. We also participate in industrial exhibitions like Mahatech, LA Krama regularly. And for customized equipment, we educate customers to formulate specifications. We refer to product standards. This is very important. And define hidden specification even if customers have not asked for. This is very important. Each time customer may not say that I want this, that. You have to assume what is the hidden scope as an engineer. Once the contract is accepted, we try our best to abide with the delivery schedule, and that is the reason why we have big customers like L&T, Siemens, Honeywell, TCS, Crompton Group, Suzlon, Toshiba. I don't know, so many are there. Then the meter manufacturers like Rishabh Instruments, you must be knowing, Secure. Secure is the I think world's largest energy meter manufacturer. Energy meters, household or our energy meter bill, electricity bills we get. So Secure Meter, Select Controls, Radix, Nippon, Automatic Electric. So these are all leading brands of metering sector, and there are about 500 laboratories in India and something around 100 laboratories abroad who are our customers. About our HR policies, I would like to talk. Most business houses spend maximum on promotion of brand, but they fail to satisfy employees. Zeal is a team of 40 employees. We pay them salaries on 10th of every month. This is fixed. They are given salary raise annually, including PF, ESIS, bonus, etc. We follow the guidelines of labor laws and shop acts. We give opportunity to learn to employees. We train them, and then only we expect them to perform. We have a good team of people handling various responsibilities of design development, production, quality assurance, stores, dispatch, etc. I have never penalized any employee, even if he has damaged any costly equipment while using. Therefore, the retention of employees is good in numbers. And about our suppliers, I would like to tell you, our suppliers are paid payment exactly as per the agreed terms of purchase order. You will wonder no supplier in last 10, 12 years has called me asking for payments कि राठौड़ साहब आपकी तरफ मेरा इतना आना है वगैरह वगैरह. No. Suppliers are evaluated for their technical and financial competency. Then certifications are known to you. We have got Enable accreditation as per ISO 17025, and then we have to our manufacturing wing ISO 9001 accreditation. Then I'm having a lifetime membership that is offered on their own. Metrology Society of India has recognized my contribution in the metrology sector of India, and on their own, they have sent me the lifetime membership. About my social responsibilities, I would like to tell you, friends. We help polio affected physically challenged students. I help them financially, encourage them to start their own activities in electronics, and we have recruited some few polio affected technicians in our Zeal team. In fact, our production in charge is a physically challenged person. Then we sponsor every year projects to engineering students. Then I'm active member of our school alumni, Shastri Vidyaniketan, Dhule, then alumni of SGJS Institute of Engineering and Technology, Nanded. I am member of Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture, then IMA. What gives us satisfaction? Is it money? No. I get satisfaction being an engineer only when I get good compliments from my customers. And I regularly get compliments not only from customers but sometimes from competitors also. I would like to cite one example, Thakur sahab. You will say that यार क्या राठौड़ ने अपने मुंह में मीठा मिठू हो रहा है ऐसे नहीं है तो we had participated in Electrama exhibition and one fellow came to my stall. He was saying, sir, I'm looking for this particular high current source and I have been to the adjacent stall. He was pointing to our competitor. He said, ये ऐसे झमेले के काम सिर्फ राठौड़ ही कर सकता है. What does it mean? He had tremendous respect. कि ऐसे extraordinary stuff सिर्फ झील मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ही बना सकता है. आप उधर जाओ, you will get quotation from them and he will give justice to the job. So this is all about me. This makes me really happy. Even regularly I get compliments from my customers. And once again, I would like to conclude here. Once again, happy Engineers Day to all of you, my dear friends. And I'm thankful to Dr. Thakur sir and Nagarkar sir who believed I'm worthy of giving a talk on this great occasion of Engineers Day. Thank you all of you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
So, thank you, Vikas sir. So, Josh sir, if anyone is having some questions to ask.
Yeah. Yogita? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
So, thank you very much, sir, for delivering such a wonderful.
First of all, is it of any use to you, Yogita?
Okay, sir.
Or it was too lengthy, too boring?
No, sir, it was really interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir.
I got inspired by you. Actually, I wanted to ask something.
Mhm.
When in the initial stage of your business, for the marketing, you use your search engine marketing. So, what made you think of it? Like, why only search engine marketing was focused by you in the digital format?
Digital platform.
Yeah.
Will you repeat the question, sir?
Sir, you said that you went for search engine marketing. Like whenever some product is being searched, then your website is to be visited. So this was your strategy.
Yeah. What is
So
the
why
strategy?
only that
That,
strategy?
if you search by DC regulated power supply, let us say, or high voltage breakdown tester, I have made a website, high voltage breakdown tester.in. So naturally, you will be directed to my website first if you search by product name. Okay, decade resistance box, let us say, for that matter. So we have made a website by product name itself.
Okay. So this made automatic marketing.
So
for you.
automatically, if you the website itself is by product name instead of the brand, first thing that will appear on the Google page is the product name and the website.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
By default, SEO
I
will
hope
be
you have
detailed.
understood my strategy. Next.
Yes, sir. Yes, got it.
Yeah. Any more questions from the student side?
Good question, Zahir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Somebody.
All of you are of electronics only. 32 students are there. All of you are from
Not
electronics.
from electronics, sir. Electronics as well as allied branches.
Achha,
Means
other
if you are
branches,
there
but
from
I
IT,
don't
if you
know
are
whether
there.
they have understood that electronic terms or not.
Yeah, they do understand.
They do understand because
Yeah.
most of the electronic terms I was using.
Yeah.
I think there are no more questions, sir.
Rathod sir, can I ask one question? Yeah.
Sure.
Sir, the thing is, of course, means the present trend we see, even the students who are taking admissions in the core branches like electronics, mechanical, and all, there is a drastic inclination towards going for the software job. So, as such,
Yeah,
we don't find people who will be interested in the design side or in the maintenance side or in the, that type of work. So, uh, what can we do from the educational side or in collaboration with the industries? What can we do for
sir.
creation of this interest? What do you feel?
Sir,
What can we?
I will tell you, sir. As a teachers, apart from the technology and engineering you teach, you have to teach them values
Yeah,
in order to make them responsible citizens. What is their major responsibility is to contribute in the growth of industry. Okay, not to earn money.
yeah. Okay.
If this fundamental is very clear and this particular good habit is inculcated in them, okay, they will understand. Even if they are paid less salary in the initial stage of their career, but they should be, encouraged to join their core branches, industry of their core branches. What happens in the colleges? What happens? The scenario is that how much package one is earning. Someone who is topper, he says, I'm getting 10 lakh package. The others also tend to be in the same competition. Whether it suits him or not, that is immaterial. But the crazy competition is going on to earn more package
Yeah.
for false reputation actually.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I would advise students, even if you are paid less salary in the initial stage of your career, but if you adhere to your core branch, then it will be more rewarding. It will be adding to the cause of society, and you will be, developing some or other product, and you will, in real sense, you will add to the technology. Otherwise, you become a good engineer, and then you join in banks, in the big companies like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, and do the data entry job. So that should not be happening. Am I clear, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very,
Yeah,
very
okay.
correct. Yeah, yeah.
Any more question?
Yeah. Agarkar sir, from your side, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, sir.
Hello.
Since I'm,
Agar-
I'm into electronic test and measurement equipment, and then what I realized in the colleges that they are the
Yeah.
students, particularly Agarkar sir.
Yes, yes,
You
yes, sir. Please
please
continue.
listen to me carefully. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Multimeters, oscilloscopes. Many students do not know how to operate oscilloscope, how to capture the waveforms in storage mode. Multimeter, oscilloscope, function meter, power supplies. These are all basic tools of an engineer. You imagine a carpenter who has been given a
Should we
raw piece
join the program
of
to join?
wood
Okay.
and he doesn't know how to handle his tools. Will
Yeah.
he able to make a good piece out of it? So if the tools are not known to students, they won't be able to design any circuitry. They won't be able to do troubleshooting. I hope you are understanding. So please try to. In fact, this electronic instrumentation and measurement
Majal.
subject was there, and it was very much compulsory in our days. But now it is kept as a optional. Is it so?
Hello.
Yeah.
Agarkar sir,
Yeah, yeah, Radford sir.
electronic instrumentation and measurements, if you remember, in our days, it was a mandatory subject.
Yes, yes, it was a core. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a.
And
Yes, yes.
but these days, I asked first fundamental question I asked to any candidate who is appearing for interview, that what is an ideal voltmeter and what should be its input impedance, and you will wonder,
Yeah,
majority of them say that it should be zero.
yeah.
Majority of them says zero.
Yeah.
This is the
It's a
flaw
very.
in our education system, Agarkar sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
So basically, they should not be afraid of handling tools. Let them play with the tools. The library and laboratory should be open for 24 hours. That was the case in our college. Thakur sir, if you agree, our library and laboratories were open, at least in my time frame.
Yeah. Yeah, very true, sir. Because Rathod, sir, I'm also means a sort of 1990 batch, so I do remember
So
our labs and
unless
library
the
it was
students
open.
are
Yeah.
encouraged to do experiments, let them make mistake. But of course, that doesn't mean that they should end up in damaging some precious equipment. But they should be encouraged. I mean,
Yes, Rathod, sir.
yes, sir.
What you said is very, very true. And the question which you raised, suppose regarding voltmeter or maybe ammeter, so they are very, very fundamental questions. And now what is happening is that because of this IT industry and all that, uh, people don't give that much attention to the fundamentals.
No, but that is very sad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And on the same line, I also have some few questions. Can I ask?
Sure, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So first thing is that, Rathod sir, your speech was quite inspiring
Thank you, sir.
and very much connecting to our students, because we also have almost 90% students, or rather 95% students, they are from rural background.
Okay.
So means your story relates with them very well. And sir, important message means on this today's means Eve of Engineers Day is that even rural background students, those who have studied in Jilla Parishad school or Marathi medium school also, they can reach to what level. So you are the very good example for them.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. And sir, I have one doubt, because now, as when we look towards this core electronics industry, the starting package what students get, that is quite low, and because of that students are very much hesitant to means join core industry. So what is your message to the students, and what is the potential this core industry has got in future now to grow, because our central government is also having massive plans and main strategies as far as electronics industry is concerned.
So
Please.
my message to students is very clear. Do not look for package. Look for getting a good, exposure in your core branch. Gain experience. Become the expert of your core field. And then sky is the limit. If you particularly join very small company, then you get exposure to every process. Right from procurement of raw material, then production processes, design development processes, quality assurance, then marketing strategies. Sometimes you are involved in directly, indirectly into finance also. So you get exposure to everything. But if you join big company, let us say Honeywell Automation, and someone joins as a quality assurance engineer, he remains there in that profile only as a quality assurance engineer. If you look at me, if given a chance, I can perform as a quality assurance engineer. I can do service engineer's job. I can do R&D. I can do marketing. I know finance. I have implemented quality management systems. So see, this is the versatility. If you join a small company, you will get exposure, and you will ultimately become an all-rounder. Is that clear?
Yes, 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 sir.
This
Yes.
is satisfying.
Yeah, that is very true. And Rathod sir, I have one more doubt. As far as means your products are concerned, whether some products are the means import alternatives like.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying now.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I
yeah,
have given import substitutes, and
yeah.
thereby you have saved so many dollars of India.
Very good, very good. That
Yeah.
is commendable. And
Yeah.
sir, who is our biggest competitor means today as far as the world market is concerned?
In India, at least, I think Fluke has suffered a lot because of Zeal. Fluke was enjoying monopoly in calibration laboratories, and their prices have also come down. That is also biggest achievement. If they have been forced to, curtail their prices, they have to come with, attractive schemes. So that is also an achievement of Zeal.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Rathod sir. Thank you. Means it's
Thank you.
really inspiring means to listen from you all these achievements. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, okay.
And yeah. And, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Vikas sir, for guiding the students. And definitely, we want that many students of Sanjeevani should be future Mr. Vikas Rathod. Because
Yeah.
actually, now
An honor to me, sir.
no, what we are thinking is that now, because otherwise also government also is of that opinion that in future the credential of institutes are not being judged by how many jobs they got. The time is coming now that whether it will be counted. Now also they have started counting for accreditation. We have to give on the 3 areas our information: how many job seekers, how many we can say higher studies, and particularly how many entrepreneurs. So in future, definitely this will be the one of the specific points they are going to highlight.
Yeah.
Government is also having a lot of actually activities like innovation, sale, and so many things. So we are working on that, but this is not a easy journey. It's very tough because you experienced that. So definitely, but once the mindset is there, yes, they can. Many students are doing like you. We have many students who have selected this as a path, and they are doing very well. So that's why we want that such interaction should be there. If they get some motto, okay, we'll go like this, then 100% they can get success. It's only they have to think like this, I think so. So thank you. Sometime when I will come to Pune, definitely.
You are most welcome, sir.
Myself and Agarkar sir, we are coming.
Agarkar sir is from Pune only, I think.
So
No, Rathod sir, I'm from Marathwada, Latur district.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So definitely we will meet.
And how
you
about
personally.
George, sir? Sebastian George?
Sir.
George, yeah.
I am basically from Kerala, sir. I am Maharashtrian for almost 30 years.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Yes, Yogita.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I hope students have learned some or other thing from me.
Definitely, sir.
Thank
Definitely.
you very much, students.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for delivering such a wonderful session. I would like to request Sakshi to propose the vote of thanks.
No program is complete without acknowledging the contributions of those who are directly or indirectly connected with it. At the outset, I extend our profound gratitude to Mr. Vikas Rathod sir, today's chief guest, for spending his valuable time for us. Sir, you have really made us understand many new things which one should know as an engineer. On behalf of the management of Sanjeevani College of Engineering and IEEE student branch, I thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart. I am thankful to the management and director of Sanjeevani College of Engineering for facilitating this program. I also wish to express my gratitude to Dr. B.S. Agarkar sir, HOD of VNTC and IEEE branch mentor for his presence here. I am also thankful to all HODs and deans for their esteemed presence. I am also thankful to Dr. S. Josser, branch councillor of IEEE student branch, and all other EXCOM members for putting their best efforts for successfully organizing this program. Last but not the least, I am also thankful to all my teachers and student friends for attending this program. At the end, let me wish you all a very happy Engineers Day. Now, with permission of Chair, I declare the function closed.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rathod sir.
Thank you, all of you.
We will be meeting again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, sir. Great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.